Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. Turn my volume down. I'm not Smoking Jim Frazier. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I'm here with Smoking Jim Frazier and Chip the Prophet Hayner. Thanks for coming out to our show. We got a great crowd. You guys got to come see Sips Sports Bar every Monday night, approximately 7:30, quarter to 8. We start. I think we're closer to quarter to 8. We've got a lot of great guests. You can check us out on Verizon 32, Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. I don't know why. Don't ask me anymore. YouTube, and also Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. We just hit a new high, 1,579 likes, so thank everybody for liking us. And if you like our page, we'll like your page. No problem. We always pass the like around. Chip, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind? What an amazing weekend in sports this past weekend here in Pittsburgh. Started out with the WPIAL championships played at Heinz Field on Saturday. 4 new champions were crowned. My friend Jim had picked 3 of the 4 correctly. The surprise of the day was North Catholic. We're going to give a shout out to Bob Palco and the West Allegheny team. First WPIAL coach to win 7 individual championships, and he did them all at the same school. And George Novak, the head coach of Woodland Hills, was going for his 7th. He won 5 at Woodland Hills and won at a place that will remain nameless for our friend Jim. We'll leave that up to our friend Zach. But, Central Catholic, a young man, Eric McAllister, who we interviewed on this show, starting center, junior for the Central Catholic Vikings, and they took home the Quad A championship. But that's what's on my mind, Alan.
That's very good. Thanks, Chip. And Eric may be coming back on a show with his mom. I asked on Facebook, and they said they can't wait to be back with us on this show.
Great. So, maybe after they win the state championship.
Well, even in between, that's all right. Whatever happens, happens. So, all right, Smoking Jim Frazier. Hold it first. We got a guest that come all the way from New Jersey. She's been our original biggest fan. We've now included many more. But we got my sister Hope, my younger sister Hope is here. She was escorted here by my sister that's 16 months younger than me. Sorry about that, Joy. And then her best friend that lives right in Dormont here, Diane. She's here. First time she made the show. She told me she'd be here a dozen times. And she's also a big winner from a fundraiser that we were at yesterday. I'll explain that. So she's not buying drinks for everybody, Smoking Jim. You're only a ginger ale man. But Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
hold it, I got it.
You got to see Levine. Hey, the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning was winning 24-0 against New England and ended up losing the game. Hey, for all you Denver Bronco fans, don't worry, because choking is covered by Obamacare. I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan, the man who makes the best coffee on the planet. And if you like coffee, order some from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. Kelly and Brandy, wave to all your fans. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, get a menu. 2 weeks ago, I had the best meatball hoagie I ever had in my life, and it's because of the chef. The Chef Pete is in the back. And it ain't over until Big Ben sings. Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers are still winning with Bill Cowher players, Bill Cowher coaches, and Bill Cowher's system. Listen, defensive coordinator Dick LeBeau, Bill Cowher's coach. Assistant head coach John Mitchell, Bill Cowher's coach. Linebacker coach Keith Butler, Bill Cowher's coach. Troy Polamalu, Ryan Clark, Ike Taylor, and the captain, Brett Kiesel, Bill Cowher players. Heath Miller and Big Ben Bill Cowher's players. Listen, because of the great Bill Cowher, his coaches in the system, and his greatest player of all time, Big Ben, I'm predicting that the Pittsburgh Steelers will go 10-6 and make the playoffs. And when it comes to the playoffs, thanks to the chin, the Steelers get in.
Now, I have a little disclaimer. He did say 10-6 at the beginning of the year, and I said 11-5. He's going to be right. Because once they won 2 in a row, I got back on the bandwagon. My black and gold blood was bleeding out, but now I'm better now. The only thing I'm waiting for is I haven't heard it yet. The standard is the standard. I just heard a new one, though. This win was significant. Now, if you're a smart man, just say smart things, because it's insulting all of our intelligence right now. But when I hear the standard is the standard, I know we have a winning record. That's all I'm waiting for. And if the rubber ever meets the road, I know we're going to the Super Bowl. But that's not what's on my mind. What's on my mind is I want to thank everybody and the advertisers and all the hard work everybody put in for our magazine. And it just come out. I was also at a great fundraiser where I was talking about Diane. She actually won the block pull at the end of the game. This fundraiser was packed at Peter's Place. I'd been telling you guys about it. It was a full house. It was just great. Bill Russo from Howard Hanna, one of my friends from grade school. We're still friends from, I think it's 5 years old. So, got the invite. It was great. Plenty of action. The food was great, Smoking Jim. And they had an open bar for ginger ale all day long. What's on my mind is this is a great town for sports. Look at how you got the Penguins. They win a couple games, then they lose a game. And then people get upset who's going to win this and what goaltender's going to be in there. This isn't the same team. Just wait out. It's 82 games. You can wait a few wins. It's all about the playoffs at the end. Let Fleury get his confidence. He's been playing pretty well. We'll take that. The Steelers, you already heard about that. The Pirates, we're getting closer to the season. They're making all these little moves at the end of the year here for the 2014 Buccos. You had Andrew McCutcheon on the AMA Awards as a presenter. When do you see a Pittsburgh Pirate presenting awards? So that's quite a breakthrough. Let's be happy with all the Pirates. We got Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And we're going to go to our first guest right now.
Hey, you guys, we got a former National Golden Glove champion, my main man, Coach D's in the house.
Good to see you.
And he's also building a big fan base with White Collar Brawler. We were there last week at the Hollywood Theater for the debut of the Pittsburgh connection that went to fight there. We weren't allowed to tell you which guy won. He crushed the other guy. That'll be on Tuesday night, tomorrow night after our show at 10 o'clock. So watch White Collar Brawler, see Coach D and Jimmy Savetic. You remember him from last week. 10 o'clock. Johnny Spells, we can't forget him. He's going to come on the show too when he can fit it in his schedule. So check out channel 160 Esquire Network. And eventually you'll see and hear Smoking Jim and I. We just don't know when. We don't believe it now, but that's okay. Coach D, thanks for coming in. And you were so early that I was going to text my man, but he said he had a special guest coming, and she did make it. So I think he was a booking agent trying to set this stuff up.
Well, the brother got here early to watch a little hockey.
Well, Jim, you know, Jimmy's always
ding,
beat me up about being late, man. You know.
Last week he did.
That's all they do. I mean,
Really?
They beat me up for being late all the time. They say they're gonna close the scale. They got a new thing.
I know. What's that?
Coach D.
I heard that. That's why I said you have to
shut
come.
the scale down at.
You have to come to the show to get your time, not just his time.
So I think Smoking Jim's trying to take my title. That's right.
Yeah, he got it tonight.
He got it.
He's the champ. Late again. And now, speaking of a champ, we're going to have an interview that's a world record breaker, 6-year-old. What's your name?
Isaiah.
I didn't hear you.
Isaiah.
Now, isn't he a handsome guy? This will be the next Muhammad Ali in about 12 years. That's my prediction right here. We're going to have him do something nobody's else done on our show. Go ahead. What do you have to say, Coach
Well,
Steve?
you know, Smoking Jim wanted him to play for Gateway, so I don't
Yeah!
Oh,
Yes!
Did he already
that's
sign a letter of
football.
intent?
know. Okay, let's do a little jump rope.
Now he's going to jump rope. So, Brandy,
it
be
up.
careful now.
Do it over
Kelly,
there.
watch where you're running.
Okay.
It's a BPTV first. Hold it, he didn't start yet.
Run with it. Run with it.
Look to the camera there. Go ahead, keep going. Keep going. Come on. Pretend like you're at home.
Go Gateway! Yeah!
Come on.
6-year-old champ.
6-year-old champion of the world right there.
Guys.
Yes!
Hey Isaiah, I want to ask you a couple questions
I'll
here.
ask you a couple questions.
Here, just go up here and then look over where.
Give him half down.
Oh, hold it. He's too strong. Is that a right hook, Coach, or an uppercut?
He know how to throw them
Now
off.
tell everybody what's your name, because you're going to have a fan base that's going to grow tremendously here. This will be on YouTube. It's going to be on Verizon 32. Now we have a block of time, Tuesday to Saturday. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Just look there. Our show's on at 7 to 8 o'clock. And then, if you don't see us on Verizon 32, go to Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Let your daddy put you on Facebook.
Okay.
All right? Check it out. Now tell them, how long have you been jumping rope?
I jumped in work in
3 days.
No, you've been jumping rope since you was how old?
Come on, no coaching, Coach.
class.
Oh, okay, so you've been doing it a year.
Oh, he's been doing it since he was 4.
Wow!
He's been
I'm glad the
jumping.
coach is here.
And
Now,
he's
do
been
you-
in.
what else is he doing? Do you box a little bit? Because I saw you, he was at White Collar Brawler. It was 120 degrees. I was dehydrated. They were giving me water left and right. Now this guy was running around, boxing, running through everywhere. Poor Coach D was trying to grab him. He couldn't catch him. And that's why I said, you're my hero. We got to get you on the show. Is that true? Were you boxing? Did you try boxing those White Collar Brawlers?
Yeah.
Did you? You get any punches in on them? Show them how did your dad teach you to hold your fist?
Show him your jab. Put your hands up. Throw your jab.
Right there. You got to stand away. Stand away from your dad. Show him your
Other
jab.
1-2.
1, 2. Look at the
Straight
camera.
out.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you what. They put that in slow-mo so you can see the
1,
punches.
2, 3.
He's quick. Go ahead. Come on. You should see him work out.
Wow!
That was great. Hey, Champ, I appreciate it. Thanks for being on our show. I'm going to ask your dad a couple questions. You want to stay up here with him? Not about you, though, anymore.
Okay.
Coach D, I heard you're a Golden Glove champion and everything else in the past.
Well, you know, that was my passion, boxing, all my life. My dad set me down.
When did you start?
I started boxing in 75.
75.
Yeah.
What were you, 8 years old?
No, I was 9.
Pretty good guess. That's
Yeah.
why I'm smooth.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then when did you get these championships?
Well, I got the championships later on down the road in life. My dad, that raised me, passed away.
Okay.
And I dedicated my boxing to him, you know, and got
That's
back in
great.
the ring. And time went on. I fought #1 guy in the country. It was #2 in the world. His name was Steve Johnson. Me and him fought on Michael Moore's grandfather's card.
Really?
Yeah,
The
and,
Vanessa Mahler.
Yeah, and they after the fight, he picked me up and carried me around the ring.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
What
he-
did you weigh back then?
I was 132.
132.
132.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
And I went on. I won 1988. I won the Nationals, Charleston Golden Glove Nationals.
In Charleston.
Yes, I tried to win the USA ABF championship, but had a couple guys in the way. It didn't work out.
That always happens. You know,
So-
there's every all across the country they're doing this.
Yeah, so I came back home, turned pro, went 6-0, 3 knockouts. I got discouraged because boxing was kind of slow back then in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, you know, and I got discouraged, walked away, And
Who ended up calling one of your fights in God's country?
Smoking Jim.
I'm sensing a gateway connection eventually here.
Yeah.
Well, what brought you into coaching and training then?
Well,
After that,
I had lost a son back in 2000.
I'm sorry to hear about this. That's
2001, and I was sitting at home and watching the news.
Here, hold this to the camera.
I was seeing a lot of guys, it was just constantly, young men
Right.
getting killed, getting in trouble. And
You're trying to get them out of the streets in the gym.
Yeah, I sat down and I prayed to myself. I said, Lord, position me somewhere where I can help these young men out, which it never came to me. I got a call the next week. I got a call from a guy I used to box with, Joe Wyatt.
Okay.
He called me. He said, "D, what you doing?" I said, "None." He said, "Why don't you come and work with me?"
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. Straight out. Just came and called
That's
me
great.
on a Saturday morning, and said, "Why don't you go down 3rd Avenue and work with me for a little while?" So we went down to the gym. I was working with him in the ring. Jimmy looking over like, "D, where you been?" I said, taking care of the family. That's
Right.
about it. That's it.
So you were back in business.
Well, here's Jim. Jim said, "Well, what you doing?" I said, "Working and taking care of the family."
Yeah.
So after that, Jimmy said, "Well, what you doing after work?" I said, "Nothing, just messing with the family and
Sure.
the kids." And he said, "Well, you got to come down here and work with the kids here."
So Jimmy brought you on board.
He brought me on board. He said, this get at you. He said, "How many kids you got?" I said, "I got 4 kids." He said, "Well, now you got 1,000.
1,000 kids.
I said, "Jim, I don't know, man." I said, my wife ain't for this boxing." I
Right.
said, all these years I put into boxing and it didn't work out the way she wanted it to.
Right.
So I went home. And
That was your toughest fight in the world, going home.
Oh, yeah. I went home. She was in the kitchen cooking.
Oh, shit.
I said, "Huh?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Jimmy want me to come down to the gym and work with the kids." She turned around and said, "That'll be great."
Wow.
And it shocked me. I'm like, and then it hit me. I was like, wow, the Lord worked
That
so
prayer,
fast.
power of prayer.
It was
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. That's a great story.
That's it.
Thanks for sharing that story. I appreciate it. Pardon me?
Say hi to mom.
Hold it. If you don't say hi to your mom, you can't leave the show. Will you say hi to mom?
Hi, Mom.
You gotta say louder
Say
than
louder.
that.
Hi, Mom.
A little louder.
Come
like you
on.
want a monster truck.
Pretend like you're hungry.
Hi, Mom.
That's Isaiah. Fantastic.
Okay?
And then, did you ever think you'd be on a reality show, a boxing reality show?
Never thought
Me
I
neither.
would be on that reality
Smoking
show.
Jim did.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Smoking Jim seen the story me, huh?
He had that vision. When he saw ring card girls, he was going to be on. That's how he rolls.
I know. He's
know
been
that.
around the game for years. I've been around him. He's a great guy, great
He
announcer.
speaks highly of you. I don't know if you paid him $5, but usually when they come on the show, they give him $5 or something.
Hey, Smoking Jim's always been in my corner. And
Has
I've
he?
been in his corner too.
It sounds like you guys have been
Great
good
guy,
friends.
man. And my
Definitely.
wife and my family, they love him to death.
No, I know. I
Now
get more hugs
they
and kisses.
finding you and coming around.
Yeah,
my
now you
wife,
see me around there.
Yeah, she'll be.
Definitely. No, you have a great family, great wife.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for being on the show. We're going to have
Anytime.
you back because I
Okay.
want to hear about your boxers.
Okay,
I want to hear about those boxers, all right?
definitely.
You bring them back whenever you want. You got an open invitation. Let me know a week ahead of time. Don't do what Smoking Jim Frazier does, okay? He packs a house and I don't know it's packed. Thanks, guys.
Since we're talking sports.
Yeah,
okay?
we're talking
How
sports
about
today.
baseball? I was a basketball coach, but it's a baseball story.
Okay, if you got a baseball story, we want to hear it. We got about 10 minutes to halftime.
Okay.
I think you can get it in here.
10 minutes, okay. This is back in the late 60s, all right?
Okay.
I was teaching for the state. The point system came out. I was teaching for the state. Who ends up in my
Thank you,
class?
Auntie.
Who ends up in my class but Dick Grote, all right?
Wow.
Anyway, and I gave him a 10-minute break, so I said, Dick, how did you end up here? You know, you got a speeding ticket, you had to go to class, see? Points. anyway, Dick says at the time he was playing for the Giants, not the Pirates. He left the Pirates for the Giants, okay? Wow. They were playing in Philly. So he and Tito Francona, that's Terry's
father,
dad.
yes.
Anyway, they're in Philly playing. They had a couple days off, so they figured get in the car, shoot up to Pittsburgh, spend some time with the family, all right? He said, I knew every cop on that turnpike except the son of a that pulled me over. Now, here's the best one. He said,
"There's a better one."
he says, Pat, do you play golf? I says, yeah, I hack around. He says, well, I own a golf course, down Champion Lakes. Champion Lakes. So he said, Jerry Lynch and him. He says, I want you to come down, bring a couple of your buddies, so on me. I says, that's great. He said, I want to tell you a story about my golf course, though. I used to tend a bar at the, on the weekends usually. He said the one night we were like 3 or 4 deep at the bar. Now, if you guys remember, he was the MVP of the 60 World Series,
yes,
right?
He was.
All right. Now, he's bartending. A guy in the third row back says, hey, Dick, could I see your ring? He took it off. Last time he ever saw it. The guy. Now, a little bit later, I'm in town with my buddy who worked at Heinz Hall. We go across the street to Rocky's for a beer. I go downstairs. Who's at the bar but Willie Stargell? My buddy introduces me to Willie. I tell Willie that story about Dick's ring. Dick was, Willie says, yeah, when they asked me for my World Series ring, I said, there it is. Never opens it up.
And he had some big hands.
Oh, yeah.
How about how big his hands were?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stargell had huge hands.
Anyway, that's my sports stories for the night.
Well, there you go.
Oh, great.
Thank you. You're welcome back anytime you want to tell a story. Welcome to the show.
I'm happy to be here.
Thanks for fitting it in your busy schedule.
Oh, I'm not that busy. Not for you boys.
Oh, I saw you working a few weeks ago at your other job.
Yes, you did.
One
you
of our sponsors. Tell them who you work for because they're one of our advertisers here.
Yes, we're in the
you didn't see
Pittsburgh
this,
Sportsline
but
magazine.
I want you to take some back to the neighborhood.
I will.
There.
Grace Robinson, my agent. Right here in my day job, everyone. This is how I feed my kids. Grace Robinson.
See? And I saw her busy at work.
I
She
do
did
work.
make 30 seconds to talk to me that
I
day.
do work. Yes. Yeah, that's wonderful. She's going to love this.
Thank you.
This is nice, fellas. Look what you've accomplished.
Yeah.
I need to get an ad in here.
This is the first. Okay. We'll talk about that after the show. The reasonable rates. What's going on with what you're doing? What do you have? Well, you can hold the magazine.
Thank you.
That's yours to keep.
So, I know that
Well, first tell them who you are because we garbled that all up.
I'm Lish Danielle, and I'm an entertainer. And I do everything pretty much. I have so many jobs.
Well, don't you sing too?
I sing. I do have a song for you all today.
Do it now. Don't keep him in suspense because I can't take it anymore.
Well, so I have a holiday business coming up. And you'll all see my page on Facebook. It's called Lish Danielle Works. And this is where you can come, you can talk to me, you can book me, see what I'm doing.
Is this on Facebook?
This is on Facebook.
If you like Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook,
we'll
like you, guaranteed. Everybody else that likes us.
That's right. I was number 439, just so you all know.
Congratulations
on the
again.
road to 500, right here, 439. My boyfriend was 440. He's in the back. I sent the text message from here. I said, like this page.
Nice.
But yes, I'm on Facebook, Lish Danielle Works, and this holiday season, I am trying to book gigs. So I have a little promo going on. It's called Sexy Santa.
Okay.
I come, I wear an appealing Santa suit. I don't strip. I wear an appealing Santa suit.
Okay.
I sing during dinner, and I have an up-tempo, dancey performance, and then afterward, you can come sit on my lap, or if you're too big, I'll probably sit on yours, and you can tell me what you want for Christmas.
Hold it. He's going to start. You just look at him. Put those stripper dollars away. It's a family show.
Goodness. But no, it's fun. It's scared more more toward like office parties, you know,
Right.
just because it's fun. Want to have fun with adults and everything.
Right.
But
How
I
do
might
they get a
just sing.
hold of you?
You go to my contact page, Lish Danielle Works. Works is spelled Werks because it's fabulous. And you'll find me. If you just type Lish Danielle, you'll see me.
Okay,
It'll
that's
pop
what we
up.
want to hear because we promote that.
So for a promo, the first person, either you're an office manager or if you make a referral, first person to help book Sexy Santa gig gets to come with me to the Internet Famous Cast Party, holiday party. It's December 15th, and we're actually going to be screening all 7
Smoking
episodes.
Jim, there's an opportunity for
There
you.
you go. You book Sexy Santa gig, and you get to see what else
There
is
you
going
go,
on with Lish
buddy.
Danielle.
Get on that phone now. Hurry up.
So I did want to sing for you all.
If you want to
Just
sing,
be a little
we'll
taste.
be quiet here. We got a singing performance here.
Okay, I'll start, and they'll
Yeah. You'll knock the house out. Man. Knock them down, whatever.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Oh, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Fantastic. And it's going to start snowing tonight and tomorrow, so we
Right.
will have that white
Christmas.
She ushered it in.
So Sexy Santa, everyone. I sing during dinner, up-tempo performance, and you get pictures with me too when you sit on my lap.
Oh,
so
Smoking Jim's coming there.
don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's a whole big thing. I've got a band. I got a
Really?
DJ, so you can bust a jolly move. It's not just I show up and I'm like I'm here. No, it's a legitimate little Christmas business I'm doing. So
Thanks
come
for
on
bringing him
down.
along. I
I
appreciate
know.
it.
I know you're gonna win. I know.
He's
I
going
know.
to win right now. I got 3 texts coming through. Look out. Lish, thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
Al.
Thanksgiving. On halftime, we try to talk about sports that we didn't cover yet with all the interviews that we have. And I usually go to Chip right off the bat. Chip, what do you want to talk about with sports?
Well, you know, Alan talked a little bit earlier in his opening segment about moves that the Pirates have been making, and you know, I'd like to wish a fond farewell to Garrett Jones. He's been released by the Pirates, as well as Kyle Farnsworth, which you know is a. But Garrett Jones had quite a following here. The ladies seem to have liked him a lot. He was a great player for the team and helped to build the team to the level it's at. Unfortunately, he performed well below expectations this past year, and basically there's not room for him. The Pirates also made a couple of trades, picked up a couple of former #1 draft picks from the San Diego Chargers for a power-hitting player from the AA Altoona Curve. But moves are starting to be made, and I'm really starting to get my interest going again for spring training this February.
How many days for 2014?
Oh, geez, I think we're down into the low 80s. But yeah, it's going to be here before you know it.
Thanks, Chip. Now, Smoking Jim, I want to get the report from the press box for the Whippeals. How was the food? Oh, sorry.
First of all, we got Sip Sports Bar, Hall of Famer, and one of the University of Pittsburgh's greatest alumni, the Kamikaze Kid, is in the house.
Hold it, bring him up.
And Pitt
Bring him up.
beat Syracuse 17-16, and they're bowl eligible. Thanks to the Kamikaze Kid.
Hold it, we may have to interview Kamikaze Kid. You got 40 seconds. Come on up.
How about, is this going to be another trip to the BBVS?
Compass Bowl.
I just want everybody to know that
It's all red and black.
he got
Red
the
and black.
email. You have 40 seconds.
I didn't get that memo.
Please call me so we could dress different next time.
Thanks for coming in.
I want to know why my man has the Ohio State Buckeye jacket on.
Because they've been undefeated for 2 years. Ohio State deserves to play in a national championship, so I'm showing Ohio State some love. Plus, they was voted the #1 party school in the country. I'm feeling that.
That's like Double-A in baseball, though. They play in in superior league or whatever. It's like Double-A in baseball.
Can you
Like
stay
Charleston.
on the show for
Is
more
Charleston
than
going to
40
play the
seconds?
Pirates?
Can you stay on for more than 40 seconds?
I had to call my agent. Hold on.
We're negotiating that right now. No, those are great points.
What's that? Well, you know my brother's from Florida State, so you know what I mean? I got him back to Florida State game.
Yeah.
But go Pitt.
Hey.
They won.
I think Florida State can beat Alabama if they'll have their quarterback for the game.
He's not
No,
going to make it.
I got the scoop on the quarterback. You heard it here. He had consensual sex with the girl. They didn't press charges, and another guy was the witness. Book him, Dano. No charges.
All right.
You heard it here first on BPTV. Thanks, buddy.
Mike Tyson said the same thing, though.
He didn't have a good attorney there. Let's go to the Whitfield Smoking Jim. You had to throw the Hall of Famer out there. First of all, how was the food?
The food was great. They got all black cooks. I had a couple of steaks. I tell you what, in the press box, was able to sit next to my high school coach, the legendary Pete Annamarino. The only downfall is we had to watch Central Catholic win another WPIL championship. But other than that, it was a great day. It was a cold day. I felt bad for all the fans, but I was warm and toasty, brother.
I know when I texted you, there was such a snowstorm. I looked out my window in our hometown of Bethel Park, and there was like no snow.
Congratulations to South Fayette. I thought that they would upset Aliquippa. They got an outstanding quarterback. Put me in the mind of a young Peyton Manning. So, and he's
Wow.
only a junior, so it'll be interesting to watch his development next year.
Well, maybe he's a little different than young Peyton Manning. He actually won a championship.
And that ends our halftime show at Sips. We got a lot of great guests still to follow, and we're going to bring them up starting right now. All right, I'm going to bring up one of my newest heroes. He's the strongest man in the world. He lives a mile away in Brookline. Dan Kovacs, come on up to the show. Thanks, champ.
Appreciate you, man.
Welcome back, Dan.
Boy, it gets quiet. Look at the respect. It got quiet when he said that.
The mic is yours, sir. Introduce yourself.
I'm Dan Kovacs. I am from the Pittsburgh area. I'm originally from Brookline, living in Greentree right now. And
Oh, good, my hometown.
There you go.
That's even better.
There you go. I competed last week for the IPA Senior National Powerlifting Championships, and I was fortunate enough able to win. I had a few injuries that we were nursing,
Are
actually.
you allowed to talk about the injuries now?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
I'm just checking. You got to do that because this is TV and we can only edit so much.
I
Like
understand.
Smoke and Jim, they're editing most of that he puts on there.
I understand.
Okay? They have to.
I understand. But, no, Al, I was going for the all-time highest recorded total that was set 39 years ago by a man by the name of Don Reinhardt.
Right.
And there's been a lot of great guys, actually legends that have tried to break his record and just they fell short. And that just goes to show you how strong this man really is and was and still, in our hearts, the strongest man ever. And I really believe that, I had what it took this year to break that record. And, I know that when Mr. Reinhardt broke that record 39 years ago, you know, he gave everything he had, and he had a flawless day because there was a record he had to break, you know.
Sure.
And for 39 years, the greatest in the world could not break his record, and I believe that I could.
And what is his record?
His record is a combined total in the super raw division, which means there's no supportive lifting gear, bench press shirts, squat suits, knee wraps, things like that.
No knee wraps?
No knee wraps. Only thing you can wear, Jim, is a powerlifting belt and a singlet, something like a wrestler would wear.
Right.
Other than that, there's no protective gear. There's no assistance gear. It's all you. It's the true strength of a man. And in a lot of, well, in everybody's eyes, he still is the strongest man ever. And I believe that, you know, I had what it took to break that record. But I also realized that it was going to take a perfect day, flawless day to do it. And I didn't have a perfect day. And, you know, we came out. We won by a large margin. I retained my title as national champion. That was my 7th national championship.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And tell the folks something else. You're also undefeated in your career.
I've gone, that meet actually made it 20 years undefeated in full meet competition. And,
that's unbelievable.
Right, I kept my #1 ranking in the world. So, I mean, it wasn't all for loss, but I'm looking for next year to come back bigger, stronger, and really break it. So, I mean, we're out here. I mean, we weren't hurt that bad. We're here today. We're moving around with some
I'll
guys.
tell you what, if he's hurt, I don't know how he's hurt. That's what I'm saying. He looks healthy.
Well, like my dad always said, you know, never let them know you're hurt. Come at them.
I didn't know.
And give everything you have. And we did. We gave I had a very good support team.
Can you mention the weight that you did lift?
Yeah, I ended up squatting 715 pounds with just a belt. I bench pressed 600 pounds, and I deadlifted 800.
Oh my goodness.
You know, those were numbers. Those
are nice numbers.
A lot of people say, wow, those numbers, but they were under the ones that I had believed in my heart I was going to do.
Wow.
But I did. I had a great support group. You know, legend himself from Pittsburgh.
What gym are you working? Yeah, tell us about the gym where you work out there.
Yeah,
I've seen your photos on the wall.
Yeah, I train
I have. I really
the
have.
Exercise Warehouse in Bloomfield, Mark Mackey's gym, and he and my buddy Sal were instrumental just getting me through the meet with the injuries that I had sustained. My girlfriend Leanne, you know, she was by my side, and like I said, I had a really good support group. A week before I competed, I came on here with you guys, pumped me up even more. And,
thank you.
No, thank you. And you know, I don't have any qualms. You know, I'm going to come back next year. I'm very optimistic that I will break that record and bring it back to Pittsburgh. And until then, you guys still have the #1 ranked guy in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the thing
Thank
is
you.
so amazing about what you've done is the commitment and the dedication that you've had for 20 years to be undefeated. I don't know if people can actually fathom what that really is. I mean, that's a lifetime. You know, and
I'm not going to bring the Pirates up because
No,
that was the other lifetime. No, but no disrespect meant to you.
Yeah.
You're a winner. He's a winner. You guys talk about all that stuff. I deal in reality.
I understand.
20 years from one end. This is the other spectrum. And
walked
here's
right
why
into
here's why it's even more impressive. He works. He has a full-time job.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not homeschooled smoking, Jim.
No, I'm a correction officer. I've been one for 16 years now. And the guys down there, they're very backing. I have a very good union down there. They're very backing. I have some good friends. And, you know, Jim, you know, I don't know of any sport. You guys are the men with the facts and the stats about sports. I don't know of any other sport that had a champ that's been able to hold a title or an undefeated record for 20 years.
Horse racing, the Triple Crown.
There you go.
There are athletes, too. I don't care what you say.
I don't think there is.
No?
As far as I know, if somebody can prove me wrong, please, go ahead.
Call in on Tuesday night, 412-831-3304.
But I'll tell you what, Al, if I don't give my girlfriend Leanne a shout, she's going to knock me
You
out when I
mentioned
get
her
home.
name twice.
Yeah, I got to give her that wink.
Give her that wink here. Tug that ear. He's talking about you. He's winking.
No, but I've been very fortunate, and like you said, we're going to come back. We have some good things up our sleeve for next year.
Good.
Come back bigger, stronger, no injuries, and we're going to give it. We're going to give it everything we have,
Good.
guys.
And I believe you're going to do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm 110% behind you.
go, Al.
I believed you'd be the winner. Now, I saw him last week at the White Collar Brawler, and I go, you got to come on our show. And I said, I don't care if you won or lost. He's like, what? He said, I won. I'm a winner for 20 years. Get out of here. You're going to do it, 21.
21 years.
Yes.
We're going to get 'em.
He is not wearing a suit or a suit coat.
I knew something was wrong. I didn't recognize.
Actually, I've been on here before with just a sweater on, and I feel underdressed. I apologize.
You
for
said
not
that
wearing
then, and I wanted to hear that voice come back out again. He is the best. We have to go down to KSWA in Lawrenceville and go check out a couple of these fundraisers and matches. Tell us what happened this past week.
Well, we had the fundraiser for St. Maria Goretti School in Bloomfield. The KSWA returned to its homeland of Bloomfield, and we had a nice fundraiser there. Mr. Puniverse won on Saturday night.
Oh, man.
And
I can't wait to interview him here.
And as a result of the anger by the owner of the KSWA, Sean Blanchard has challenged Mr. Puniverse Bob Atlas to a match at Fan Fest on December 7th. So those two
You know what? We have a previous engagement.
Yeah.
What time is the
7:30.
Yeah, we have an
7:30
evening.
bell time.
I did.
Hey, Chopper Tom, how did the tag team
That's what I'm talking.
grudge match go?
That was the Bloomfield Street fight with Chris Cash and Mr. Puniverse Bob Atlas against the VIPs, the original VIPs, Sean Blanchard, and the KSWA heavyweight champion.
Where's the
Dr.
scorecard on
Devastation.
this? I gotta write some of this down.
Go to KSWA.net. for
That's
all
what I'm
the-
getting at. Can
the
you say that
details.
again? Because I'm a little slow.
KSWA.net.
Was that the feature match of the night? or-
That was the main event of the
The main
evening.
event.
Whoa, main
And
event.
that was the main event of the evening.
How long does a main event match last?
Well, that was a 1 hour time limit, but I think it was probably in the neighborhood of 23 minutes, something along those lines.
Okay.
And
Because we never discussed that.
well, a lot of the matches have time frames: 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes they have no time limit. This
Okay.
was a no disqualification Bloomfield
No,
street fight.
wow.
They had a plastic closed sign at one time. I remember seeing somebody getting walloped with a bowling pin. You know, it was
You say a bowling
a
pin?
bowling pin. Yeah, it was.
Well,
they had
you're
a
in
big-
Bloomfield,
they
why
had
not?
a big tub. There was an old trophy. You know, there was an old thing that hung on the wall with, you know, the so and so was the best in 1978. You know, they blasted somebody over the head with that.
Wow.
You know, that's. But the kids loved it. You know,
Oh,
it was,
absolutely.
The kids loved
Nice
it.
crowd there.
Yeah,
Good
it was a very
fundraiser.
good fundraiser, and it was our first time there in more than a year. So the weather kind of kept things down because it was snowing. It was
Yeah.
extremely cold
Yes, it
on Saturday. But
People weren't ready
still,
for this snow, even though it's
No.
the end of November.
No.
Shocking.
Well, you know, we're going to have a snowstorm here on Thanksgiving week, and when's the last time that's happened?
This is Thanksgiving week.
I know.
So tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Just check it.
Travel
I'll tease
plans have been diverted.
Well, you can stay home now. Don't be traveling to Turtle Creek anymore, all right? Hey, I heard you had Pittsburgh Sportsline magazines under your arm.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Sportsline magazine. Everywhere I went,
What did people think of it since...
a little tidbit when I went into Lawrenceville. I went into the Rite Aid in Lawrenceville. I went to the magazine rack, and I placed 2 Pittsburgh Sportslines on the rack.
And then you can see that on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook.
That's right.
Little Z's taking photos of it. I think Aaron's taking photos of it. Pittsburgh Sportsline, take a photo of where you see him at. Even John the Tiger Kiger, tell us where you see one at. Where do you see one?
All over the
Oh, he
place,
didn't
right,
even
John?
send it to Facebook.
Right, all over the place.
Did we hit 1580 yet?
I don't
Does
know.
anybody know? It might be happening.
Maybe. But
Oh, thank you again.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Anytime.
that. Keep going. You're on a roll. Don't stop, please.
Last week I had an article in the Patch in regards to a sad story.
We need to publicize this a little
young
more.
gentleman named Kevin Kenny was injured in a hockey match for the Pittsburgh Vengeance. It's almost like a semi-pro team. It's an opportunity for kids that are like maybe 19, 20, 21 years old to continue their hopes and dreams of perhaps landing some sort of maybe even a European hockey contract. There's always a possibility. Pittsburgh, as we all know, has become a hotbed for amateur hockey as well as professional hockey. Young guy, freak accident, was in the boards and became paralyzed from the waist down. And the good news is his friends, his family have started a fund. I looked at their fund online today. The goal was $50,000. They keep creeping it up because people are great. People are always.
What's the goal now?
It's $100,000 now. I think they're about $32,000 when I looked today. But I had an article that ran in all the patches.
I saw that.
In
I kept
Allegheny
getting emails of each patch, and this guy's prolific in his writing. Anyhow, matter of fact, you can see his article in here. Why don't you show him your article?
All right.
Because this guy should be proud. We're trying to tie this in.
Thank you. They say I'm photogenic. I call them liars, but
look who he's with.
Dominic DiNucci.
Oh, can you get a close up of that?
Dominic DiNucci, the great Dominic DiNucci,
Hall of Famer.
Two
Hall of Famers, exactly. And
exactly.
That picture was taken at the only brick and mortar Hall of Fame in the world. Amsterdam, New York. That was the day.
Amsterdam, New York. Where is that?
It's way up there. It's north of Boston, believe it or not. It's about 9 hours by car. I had the good fortune of riding in a car with Lord Zoltan, his tag team partner Justin Sane, Dominic DiNucci, and some guy named San Martino. I don't know.
We rode up in the car.
We rode up in the car
chauffeur?
together. No, I was lucky enough to just listen to the stories. And
were they cutting each other with any razors or anything in there?
I have no idea what you're talking about. But anyway,
a fingernail maybe a fingernail.
But it was a great trip, and those guys are both great guys. Lord Zoltan, of course, believe it or not, did not have his face paint on when he was driving to Amsterdam, New York.
No way. I don't believe that. I've seen it. Maybe he can show up sometime.
Maybe. But also a story breaking in the KSWA. Zach Gowen, the one-legged wonder, the only pro wrestler in the world with one leg. I conducted an interview with him recently. That's going to be my next project. We're going to write a story about how he has turned his life around. He goes and he speaks to kids and talks about perseverance. He has a great story, and the story is going to be coming out later on this week in preparation for FanFest and Toy Drive 2013 at the KSWA Arena in Lawrence.
What day is
we're going to
FanFest?
discuss some more about that.
What day is FanFest?
That's Saturday, December 7th. Bell time is at 7:30.
And how do they get a hold of you on that stuff?
KSWA.net. Check that out. A lot of us are on Facebook. Ever since I've been coming on this show, I get 2 or 3 or 5 Facebook friend requests as a result every week.
You're welcome.
Always great people. So
we appreciate what you're doing for us.
Well,
You've written some great articles about us. And maybe there'll be some in the future about some of the things here.
Absolutely. Without question, always looking for something else.
And we discovered that you also write for the Pittsburgh Courier with Smoking Jim. We just found out. So we appreciate finding some more of your talent.
Action, got him in.
So are you going to go back next year for the second annual bout in Bloomfield? Is that in the works too?
I think that we may have already been scheduled. Our preliminary 2014 schedule is online at kswa.net.
That's why I'm asking. I try to serve up these volleyballs and beach balls.
And I think there's another school in Bloomfield that we're looking at having a fundraiser for. We had the fundraiser at the fire department the week before up in Sharpsburg. I know for a fact that we're looking at 2 other volunteer fire departments to potentially run fundraisers there. one, I believe, up in the Shaler area, and we're also looking at Castle Shannon as well.
Oh, really?
So
The fire
hopefully,
hall there.
well, actually, what we'll do is we will take the fire trucks out of the fire station because the roofs have to be a certain height.
I wondered where you put it because that's so low at the fire hall.
And we'll just move the chairs up from down below or up at the facility where they have the bingo and all that, move the chairs up. We've always had good success with those. So looking forward to that in 2014
Definitely.
as well.
And who's going to be on the card for this December 7th?
December 7th, that's Zach Gowen and Pittsburgh legend Luscious Johnny Valiant. WWE Hall
You
of
may have
Famer.
to change your schedule there, buddy.
Luscious Johnny Valiant was
Are
a
you
wrestler
getting
for a
married?
long time.
Are you getting married? What's
Maybe
going on?
he's awfully tight-lipped
He keeps
about
saying
that.
he can't come to an
I
event
know.
that he loves. What's going on here? We might have to do an interview, special interview, Tom. This might
Maybe.
be one of those Pulitzer Prizes that you get. Because he's written articles for years. You have to read, not just saying Pittsburgh Sportsline, but check out the Patch and other places where he does put articles. He just is a great writer.
Thank you. I appreciate
reading
that.
your articles.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
always liking them and trying to put them out there, so I hope that helps you a little
Oh,
bit out
absolutely.
there.
It certainly does. It certainly does.
And I get a lot of great feedback on what you're writing about.
Well, thank you.
And your voice here on the show here.
Thank you very much. Oh, and also the Pittsburgh Bullets. I've been talking with Marcus Robinson, hoping to do some more things with them. Had that story leading up to their
That was a nice article,
exhibition season opener, and they're going to have other games throughout the season too. So being involved with that as well.
Yeah, and we're big promoters of the Bullets there.
Oh yeah. He's a great young guy. He's doing a lot of good things, community outreach. That's really what it's all about. The last pro team that really was in Pittsburgh was the Pittsburgh Explosion. They tried to have events at the Civic Arena, Mellon Arena at the time.
Didn't you own that team?
You were
He
involved
was
with
a part owner, I think.
it? Were you really?
Smoke Jim, yeah. He
I-
buys buildings. He has studios coming up. He got a book coming out. He was part of basketball. This guy is one of the busiest guys in entertainment. When you hear and see him on White Collar Brawler announcing, they actually had a camera on both of us there, and it went bad. And we said, that's okay. They made sure it worked. So we know he's going to be on there too. And then ESPN will be hiring him.
That's right.
There's no doubt. I'm serious.
You may have to take the hat off, though. You may have to take the hat off.
The hat's not coming off. No matter what he's doing on December 7th, even if he's getting married. I don't know if he's getting married, but it's...
Smoking Jim, if I can walk around like this, brother, so can you.
Wow. Not only can he take it, but he gives it. No, that's great.
What a
Hey, we had a couple cancellations. Could you talk about anything else for like a couple minutes? I'm just kidding.
No, I think that's pretty much it on my
Well,
thing
thank you
right
very
now.
much.
All right,
We'll
thank
get
you
you
very
out of
much.
One quick question to ask you.
Oh, then
Did
sit
you
back
have
down.
anything to do with the wrestling matches? Remember when they used to have the wrestling matches out at the Palace Inn in Monroeville?
God
set up-
country!
I worked
Why'd you
banquets
say
set
that?
up there for almost maybe about 25, almost 30 years ago. I used to set up the ring. I helped
Yeah.
to set up the ring, and it was. I found out how hard that ring mat is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, jumping off the rope and
people
landing
think
on
that
it.
it's a trampoline. People think that it's a trampoline
Oh, no,
and they think it's a mattress.
It's plywood.
I help. I'm the only guy over 40 that every show is helping set up the ring and tear it down.
Wow.
It is steel. It is boards that thick.
Yep.
And the padding is about that thick under.
Yeah, it hurts.
It
I think you can talk about something else. The only other guy I know that's put a ring together is we were at the Royal Place. It was an outside event nobody told you about. Zach Brenner was there with his crew putting it together.
Yeah.
And he said that ring, it's unreal, but how they perfect.
Oh yeah.
It all locks in.
Oh
you gotta
yeah.
work
It's
to put it
it's
together.
it's a system of putting the ring together, and like everybody the very first time we're very friendly, very accessible. You always see guys going up and touching the ring and like maybe slapping it to get an idea of how hard it is. You don't know. It's the same as throwing yourself back first onto your living room floor.
No way. I thought it was soft.
It is not a trampoline.
That's why I have a lot of appreciation for the athletes that in that endeavor. Because I'm telling you what, they are truly athletes, and they're incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And they have very high tolerances of pain.
Oh, yeah. The perfect example happened right here in Pittsburgh, where The Undertaker, through Mick Foley, who was trained by Dominic DeNucci, was thrown off the 20-foot cage onto a table. And Jim Ross, the great broadcaster, said, How do you fake a fall like that? You don't.
You don't. Yeah, I saw that on pay-per-view.
Yeah, and it happened here in Pittsburgh.
It was
one of the most legendary
yes.
falls in the history of the sport.
I thought he was dead.
That's what.
I thought he was dead.
In interviews following that, The Undertaker thought he was dead.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't believe he moved. I couldn't got up.
Let alone come back, climb the fence, and take another one.
Yeah.
Into the middle of the ring. Unbelievable tolerance for pain. Unbelievable. And if anybody thinks that it's fake, you're out of your mind.
There you go, folks.
Thank you.
There's your proof right here. We finally got it. He's the man on the inside in wrestling, KSWA.
I agree with you, Tom.
Welcome back to the show again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back.
Thanks for advertising. I don't know, is your ad in here too?
Yes, it is.
I don't know. Can you find
It's
it?
looking pretty good too.
7-1.
Yeah, right there.
I'm just playing dumb a little bit. Thanks for your help.
Right there, John.
It's not an
Nice little article.
Hold that up. I know. You should know, Chip.
All natural. All natural.
I know all these champions.
What happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday? Turnovers. Everything they didn't have before.
It's like Bob Prince. When you're on a winning streak, it's a hidden vigorish. You're getting closer to a loss. When you're losing, and you should be like one defeat all year, you have to start winning. We've talked about it on Pittsburgh Sportsline, on Facebook, and on the show each week.
You know what you saw yesterday, the Steelers team do. You know they got a turnover, and the very next play, Big Ben threw a touchdown pass to Emmanuel Sanders. Right. That drove the stake through their heart. Then on the next series of downs, Whedon throws a pick six to Willie Gay, who forced a fumble, and that nailed the coffin shut. Absolutely. And I have not seen that happen with the Steelers team, and I can't remember when.
Forever. And they were getting sacks, too. Where did all the sacks come from? Mm-hmm. Worlds. I didn't realize till today that Worlds is going to be a free agent. Imagine that.
Well, how's he playing better than Woodley?
Because he's playing.
Because Woodley's not playing.
Because he's playing.
Oh, Woodley hasn't played well. He needs Mona V.
That's right.
He got a calf hurt. Mona V, I'm telling you.
I got to slide it in there. I'll slide it in there.
I did it for you.
To speak to that point, the Steelers defense has played better in the last 2 weeks, and this may be sacrilege to say that, without Kiesel or Woodley playing. They've played better in the last 2 weeks. Even though they gave a lot of yards to Megatron and to Josh Gordon yesterday, really didn't mean anything because it didn't really affect the outcome.
Yeah, that was all
of the
prevent
game.
yardage. That didn't mean anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or what they call garbage yardage.
Smoking Jim, you going to chime in on any of this stuff? You're the expert. You're just enjoying the W's.
I'm enjoying.
3 in a row for Smoking Jim.
Look at them go.
Like I said, I predicted 8 in a row. They go 10-6, and 3's in a hopper.
I like that.
Jim, what's your prediction for the score this Thursday?
For the score, pain. It'll be a close game. Steelers will win. Baltimore lacks leadership without Ray Lewis, who was the player coach. Jim Harbaugh is a poor football coach being exposed. Only Harbaugh that can coach is Jimmy out there in San Fran that's playing right now on TV.
Are they? What's the score? And Penguins were losing 2-1. So
Pitt basketball is winning big right now.
Pitt basketball's winning. They're
41-18 at halftime.
Thanks for the update.
Well, you know what? I will say this, and I'm on Jim's bandwagon here. The Steelers going 10-6. Steelers end up 10-6 this year. Mike Tomlin's going to be the coach of the year.
No, that
No
goes to Bruce Arians is the coach.
Why are you guys doing it? I can't take it anymore.
Genius.
You're like doing the setup for him each time, and I'm paying the price. He looks this way and yells. Thanks, Chip.
We're gonna have to put you on the other side next week to even it out.
I know, we're going to have to do that. No, Smoking Jim makes a great point. I predicted Baltimore loses. I don't know what the score will be. It doesn't matter. They're not the same type of team. He called it.